The last few months of 2024 had arrived, and therefore also my solo trip to Linz, Austria. As always, I was quite nervous to travel by myself again. I don't really remember how I did it. There were definitely moments I felt relaxed, but also times I felt very anxious. But eventually I made it to Linz, and Linz is so beautiful. I definitely recommend it. I already made a whole video about my solo trip here, so if you're curious about that, definitely go watch that one. But I was very grateful to see Isabel again, because she is living currently in Vienna, and this was just really fun to meet up. So pretty much 2 weeks later, I felt like I was back in Groningen for 2 seconds, because at the end of October I went to Paris. But first I want to show you this little album session we had in October. So grateful for how that song turned out. But yeah, then it was time to go to Paris, and this was a family trip with both my dad, my sister, and my mom. And so we all felt like if we can do this, we can do anything. Spoiler alert, we failed, but the first day was really nice. Me and my sister just went thrifting and had a nice lunch together, and then we all had dinner together. I do have to say, at this point in time I was feeling very stressed and anxious because I was also a little bit jobless. I didn't have a lot of work going on at the moment. And so during this trip, it was really difficult for me to let that go and have all this insecurity around my financials as well. So I was definitely feeling that anxiety a little bit more on the second day, but I took myself for a walk through my favorite street, which you can see here. And I got myself some good food because I thought if I nourish myself, I might feel a little bit better. But yeah, unfortunately, that night I got into a major fight with my dad and had a difficult conversation with my mom, and it ended up derailing the whole trip for me. And that's okay. I think it needed to happen because a lot of core wounds came up for me, and I ended up processing that after the trip. But it was all worth it because I got to see Maria because she was studying there temporarily, and it was so lovely to finally have our Parisian dream date come true. But yeah, not gonna lie, after all the tension in the house, I was just so grateful to finally get back home. And of course there were 20 million delays, but it's okay. My boyfriend took good care of me when we got back and immediately brought me 2 animals to, regulate my nervous system. And I surrounded myself with good people.
Snel eten.
Net zo snel als jij ging koken.
Ja, maar dan komt ze toch niet op het boxje.
Spending quality time with the people around me always just reminds me of how lucky I am to have a chosen family. Here are some fun moments of November and December.
Hij gaat liggen volgens mij, blijft zo.
And then Christmas had arrived already, which is crazy to me how fast this year went by. My sister was in Ireland this Christmas, so I spent it separately with my mom and then with my dad, which was really fun. We didn't do a crazy amount of gifts this year, which was fine by me, and we just ate very, very, very well. The last few days of the year went by so quickly, honestly. Because to be fair, I was catching up with a lot of people before the ending of the year, and of course the last album session of 2024. Might have been the favorite session of the whole year for me, but then I had a belated Christmas lunch with my friends, and New Year's Eve already happened, which was crazy fast. I've set some intentions for 2025, not resolutions because those never last anyway, but it was a mellow, fun evening, and I woke up feeling pretty good about the new year. Very curious what the new year will bring, just like this cat, and if you're curious too, then follow me.